beats. Now, before we get into it, just a heads up. I am not a mental health professional. What I share here is based on personal experiences and opinions. If you are dealing with a serious mental health crisis, you need to speak to someone immediately. Reach out to a professional. They know exactly what to do to help you. The information and advice that I give are for general insights, not a substitute for personal help. Please understand that your choices are your own. Now, let's do this journey together and remember, it's all about personal growth. Now let's get into today's episode. Hello, my beautiful butterflies. Welcome back to another episode of Becoming a Butterfly podcast, the place where it's never too late to become your better self. I'm your host, Christina Butterfly, also known as Chrissy the Artist. And as you know, your girl is so excited to be back here again. Hey, y'all, how was your week? Did you have a productive week? Have you been elevating? Have you been applying the steps that we've been talking about every week, that we can break down these limited beliefs and elevate ourselves to live the life that we were created to live, y'all? We can't keep just walking around here, just living a life that we're told that we're supposed to live, going to school. It's the importance of education. But when you think about, especially if you was raised in public school system or in the inner city and you grew up in poverty and grew up in the school that your education is mediocre, when you realize that you've received mediocre education. Now, I find myself to be quite blessed because my mother is an educator. Always worked at private schools and she's an early childhood developed educator, but it was a blessing to have a mom who is a teacher. But when you really think about raising my kid, I ain't no teacher. I am not no teacher. And I used to get frustrated when my kids would come home from school and I got to teach y'all again. Wait a minute. What was y'all in school for? Why do you don't know your homework? I was in school. Your homework was what you did all day, right? So elevating yourself and choosing to be better is something that we have to decide on a regular basis. And me creating this podcast is my way of us teaching ourselves. Now I remember what I was saying. You can tell I lost my whole thought process. But you wonder when you think back of the education that we was taught when we was in school and you realize that it was bullshit. You feel what I'm saying? I ain't never do calculus yet. And I'm be 45 years old next month. I ain't getting what? You feel what I'm saying? Why are we to learn Latin? People they don't even speak Latin no more. So you got to get to the point where you have to educate yourself. You got to do what you have to do. We ain't gonna say that diploma don't mean anything. I don't have a diploma and I ain't looking to go get one. And that's just the truth. It's just, and I'm still going to be financially free. My life is my diploma. Some people get their diploma in school and other people get their diploma in life. Guys, today we're going to talk about one of my favorite subjects. We're going to talk about achieving your dreams by harnessing affirmations so you can grow and really become your better self, y'all. Now we're on episode 15. I'm so excited of my own consistency. I promise y'all, there was a time I wouldn't even believe that this was possible, that I could be able to show up for myself every single week, y'all. I'm just shocked. And before we get into it, we're going to go over last week's episode. Hello, my beautiful butterflies. Now, before we get into today's episode, let me take this opportunity to tell you about this app I found called Opportune. Now, you might be like me and on a fixed income, and usually every dollar counts. So saving can be real difficult. I know it's always has been difficult for me. Opportune is a game changer. I use Opportune, set up multiple savings accounts, and guess what? Every time I check it, it is more money in there. And I don't even know where they get it from because I don't even notice it missing in my account. So if you're like me and you want a limited income or a fixed income, or you got a real tight budget and it's just hard to really save like you want, check out Opportune. Go ahead and click the link below. Get us both $5. Hook us both up, okay? Click that link and go ahead and get Opportune and start saving money today, y'all. It made a big difference. In a couple months, I saved a couple $100, y'all. So go on and check it out, okay? Click the link, get on Opportune so you can save. All right, back to the episode. But before we even get into that, I want to say something. It's a shame. I have to remember my call to actions, right? So of course it's to make sure you subscribing. If you watch, make sure you click that bell icon so every time I drop a new video, right? Make sure you like, share this video with somebody who you need. I need you to share this video with 3 of your friends. Come on. We are all working to elevate to become our better selves. So I need you to take this video and share it with 3 of your friends that is struggling. And I also need you guys to remember that your girl go live every Tuesday at 6. Tuesdays at 6. I ain't going to say every Tuesday, but most Tuesdays at 6, we are going live. I had to get some things together. My lives was looking a little crazy, but I think we done worked it out. I did talk to a tech, help me with break some things down in my computer. I elevated my internet speed. So this live, we going to see. But your girl go live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. And I talk about current things that I'm dealing with and going through, and how just an open forum conversation. You want to get to the point when people are joining a live and sending their questions, and we can elevate and grow together. You feel what I'm saying? But let's get back into it. All right. So last week we talked about healing wounds, and I gave 5 steps to forgiveness and self-love. Listen, I am so familiar with this. It took me many years of self-destruction before I started learning how the only way was to heal was to forgive myself, forgive the person that harmed me. And then it didn't stop at forgiving, because now I have to learn how to love me. Because you can forgive it. You end up going on with life. Things happen. But learning how to love yourself after you set the intention to forgive is a part that a lot of times we forget to do. So last week, the first step we talked about was acknowledging the hurt. Just acknowledging the fact that this is what happened. This is what caused the pain. You have to give that trauma name. You got to stand on it. You can't make excuses for it, but you have to, because a lot of times that monster underneath the bed is only the monster under the bed because you don't know what the name of it is. When you give it a name, it can no longer scare you. All right. So acknowledge what's causing the hurt, acknowledge what's causing the pain, recognize it so you can stop hiding from it. 2 is self-compassion. Because see, after you acknowledge the pain, you got to give yourself compassion. You got to give yourself forgiveness. I talked about last week how I allowed my uncle how I felt like I allowed my uncle to hurt me from 15 to 17. And that if you hear that number, you're thinking 17, I was old enough to know. When you're broken and you're damaged, you just at 17 that it just hit. Is this happening? This man, can't stand up to him, but I promise you I ain't never coming back here again. And it was many years before I was around my uncle again. Many years. So I had to learn to forgive myself. I had to go back and hug that girl and tell her, it is okay. It is okay. No longer have to hold on to that hurt. You no longer have to hold on to that pain. You feel what I'm saying? You got to release the resentment. That's number 3, is to release the resentment. Holding on to it ain't going to do nothing but break and destroy you. I held on to so much pain. It wouldn't make any sense. It made sense to me at the time, but when I look back on how much damage I did to myself, because I didn't know how to release all the hurt and the pain, I used to just let men do whatever they wanted to me. Whatever. I used to feel like Celie on The Color Purple. like Mr. Just climb on top of me and do your business. Like I felt like I told my therapist that I think I mentioned this last week, that it got to the point that I felt like if I give it away, you won't take it. Because I was tired of people just taking it from me. I was tired, and it just seemed like I used to tell, I had a friend when I was younger, and I remember I told her, I felt like I had a sign on my back that said, get her, she'll fuck. And that honestly, I don't know no other way to put it, but that's literally how I used to feel. It felt like every single time. And I didn't understand I felt so worthless. That's the energy that I was putting out, that I was a victim, that I was beat, broken. And all I was doing was attract all the men that can damage me even more. But see, once you start healing, once you start recognizing that I am the common denominator in this situation, and a part of that healing is releasing and letting go all of that anger, all of that resentment, all of that pain. You gotta let it go. It can't do anything for you. What it's doing is giving you cancer, giving you heart disease. It's why you got migraine headaches all the time. It's why you physically are in pain every day, and none of the doctors can figure out what the hell is going on with you. It was so amazing. I'm dealing with so much pain lately. And so I've been seeing all kinds of doctors, and they say, well, we're going to send you to the rheumatologist because we believe this is arthritis. Well, God, get over to this rheumatologist, and he looked right at my back. He said, yep, there it is. I see it. Right there. It was everybody else was saying. And I'm like, yo, what is going on? I know this not in my head. I've been doing the work. I can't. It's right there. I see it. You're not in line when you're going through all these ailments and can't nobody figure out why and where it's coming from. Release that resentment and watch you release that pain that comes with that resentment. Number 4, we talked about setting boundaries. When you start learning how to set them boundaries, I no longer had that sign on my back, y'all. When I learned how to set boundaries, rip that sign off my back. I no longer walked around looking like a wounded warrior. Walked around looking like a victim, looking like I'm waiting for someone to just come and take advantage of me. And it's not to say that people didn't try. It's not to say that I didn't attract another man. But the difference is that you learn to recognize and acknowledge it and see it and say, oh, no, I must still got work to do on myself. I ain't ready for a man yet. You see me going down a train, going in the direction I've been before. I've been around this one before, and I've been doing the work. I've been doing too much to work for this. Good. Allow people to come into your life, and it don't got to be a man. It could be a friend, a person. I'm alone, but not lonely. I don't have any friends where I live at all. And I'm good because the ones I came around, I'm not with. You got to know to love and be content with yourself and set them boundaries of saying, these are things I won't do. And remember, we got permanent boundaries. You got the movable boundaries. You know, we set boundaries for seasons. As you elevate to a certain season and that boundary isn't needed anymore. You got to know the difference. You got to understand what is your guarantee. Sometimes boundaries pop up and you ain't even, that's one of them boundaries. Use your boundary as soon as you hear it. Oh, no, that's not a part of my ministry. You understand what I'm saying? You got to know that. Stand on it. And last but not least, to cultivate gratitude. You got to be thankful that you even went through the drama that you went through, because now you know what it feels like to heal, to get to the other side. You know what a miracle is. Without that trauma, without that pain, without that abuse, I wouldn't know what a miracle felt like. The miracle is that I can try to commit suicide over 30 times and still be here to tell the tale. Still not only be able to tell the tale, but be able to sit here and encourage you to say you too make a decision to change your life, no matter where you're at, no matter what you're diagnosed with. Side note, I want to say happy Mental Health Month. This is May, this is Mental Health Month. And mental health is very, very near and dear to me. I was diagnosed at 16 years old with bipolar disorder. By the time I was 26 years old, it was schizoaffective disorder, multiple personality disorder, PTSD, manic depression. I've been on psych meds since I was 16 years old. I started seeing therapists at 11 years old. I know what it feels like for your mind to become your enemy. Because see, people can understand when you got cancer. They can understand when you got heart problems. You can get that. But when your mind to learn how to reprogram it and retrain it, that thing is a daily basis. It's every single day to keep your mind from overthinking, from not digging into them thoughts that don't make any doggone sense, from stinking thinking, from telling yourself what you're not instead of telling yourself what you are. And you can't even help it. It took me a long time to learn how to retrain my mind. It took me a long time for me to stand on who I am in the knowing and who someone else told me I was. So happy Mental Health Month. If you know anyone who is dealing with any mental health issues, check in on them. Take that in consideration when you're talking to them. And I ain't talking that crazy girl who just told bitch, I'm bipolar. I ain't talking about her. But I'm talking about that one that you're struggling. I'm so blessed. There's some people who's in my situation, mine's never came back. Who might be homeless to this day. When you walking past that homeless person that's talking to themselves, just send a prayer, send a thought of love as opposed to running away. I ain't saying you put yourself in harm's way, nothing, but you just make sure that this month you think twice before you push away someone who's suffering. Check in on your strong friends. It's been a lot of people losing their life or taking their own lives, and you're just like, I didn't even know that person was struggling. The 2020, a light shined on a lot of people struggling with mental health. Is one of the reasons why I do this podcast, because I know the work that it takes to reprogram your mind. And I wanted to do my part and be a mindset coach. I wanted to do my part and being a motivational speaker. I wanted to do my part of showing up and helping healing my people, because we don't have to keep living like this. I also want to show up and be able to see how you can change your life just by your life, just by the story that you're living. Just our life storybooks. And each chapter is another way of being able to not only heal yourself, but to heal someone else 50, 60 years from now. What you're going through is in vain. It's a part of your journey. And that's a part of your journey. It's a part of somebody else's journey. Because what you heal from heals others. So I wanted to do my part. This is the calling that God gave me. This is the reason why I went through everything I went through. All of my life that I went through was for this. And if everything I've gone through for my life leaded for me to sit here on this podcast to talk to you today, then it is definitely not in vain. So reach out to your loved ones and be grateful. Be grateful it's not you. Be grateful that you are in your right mind, right? And if you are one who is my sister or brother suffering, or not even suffering, surviving as a mental health. I have a cousin, she was like, girl, why do you have to say that? Or why you tell people that? Because it's a part of my journey. It's who I am. And if somehow or another you recognize that a mood switch, I come reclusive, you won't take it personal, and you'll understand it is attached to something that it's a part of me. I can't not and just show part of me. I got to show the whole of me. And a part of living with mental disorder is who I am. But it just has to define how I show up in the world? Absolutely not. I don't think the first thing I'm going to say is, hello, my name is Christina and I'm bipolar. But once you start to really get to know a person, you don't never know who else is suffering and don't want to put names to it. And just by you being open and honest about where you at and what you have overcome can allow somebody else to break through to know they too can overcome. All right? So we're going to get into today's episode, y'all. And like I said when we first started, this is one of my favorite topics. One of my favorite topics. I love talking about affirmations so much that I started creating affirmation jewelry. And I will be launching it. I'm not creating a product. I will be launching this jewelry on my birthday. I am so very proud of it. I live for affirmations. I decided to create affirmation jewelry because I am really not one of them girls who have sticky notes and I always keep saying I'm gonna do it, and never, ever, ever do it, right? As much as I love affirmation, I write down my affirmations every day, 3 of them daily. But I wanted something to have with me, to carry with me. And so affirmation jewelry I thought was absolutely beautiful and amazing. And I should be showing a clip up here around somewhere, some pictures, videos of the jewelry that I'm currently making. And it will be, I am creating a website. Everything is literally like I started making this jewelry last week. This is how it's going. I wanted a way to be able to generate income, to help grow podcasts, to help elevate education. I want to join Actionable CEO with Donnie Wiggins. I'm talking about that. That means you need to go look for social proof and action and full transparency with Donnie Wiggins. I absolutely love them. I learn so much. I grow so much. They teach you so much. And if you are trying to grow a business, or want to have a business, and you just want to learn about the minds of entrepreneurs, check out Social Proof. And if you want to learn from a strong Black woman how to turn your business into a business from the ground up, check out Full Transparency. Both podcasts on YouTube. I absolutely love them. And matter of fact, I will have the link of both podcasts in the description because they're just, and I've just learned so much for them. But Donnie Wiggins has a mentor group, a coaching group called Actionable CEO, and your girl need to make some money so I can join the group. So I said, what is best than to making some affirmation jewelry? And the funny thing is that I didn't even think of this particular podcast episode in creating the affirmation jewelry. So this just tells me that I am in alignment. Okay. The girl is in alignment. And we're just going to keep moving along, keep growing. And I pray that you are moving and growing right along with me. Okay. So let's get into it. Episode 15, the power of affirmations. Speaking your future into existence. Now, the first thing is understanding affirmations. What I love about affirmations is see our mind will constantly feed us what we believe is negativity, right? The truth is that our mind would do absolutely anything to defend itself, including talking crap. If if you're about to do something that you don't normally do, about to make a big change, your mind don't like that. Your mind wants comfortability. Your mind wants you to get up and do the same consistent thing you've been doing over and over and over again. Whether it's negative or positive, it doesn't matter what your mind want to do. The beautiful thing about God is that he creates a safety latch, as I could say. He creates an area that you can go into and reprogram your mind. And it's called your subconscious. Your subconscious absorbs whatever you tell it, and it will give you exactly what you tell it. So if you tell it that your life sucks, your self-conscious will say, oh, your life sucks. So let's give you everything that will make it suck even more. But when you tell yourself, I am wealthy, I'm abundant, I'm successful, you can have a negative balance into your account and wake up and feel wealthy, abundant, and successful. And you like, how the heck is that even possible? You ain't got no money talking about wealthy. Well, wealth ain't got nothing to do with money. Wealth is a mindset. Abundance is a mindset. Being successful is a mindset. Yo, it blew my mind when I learned that. It blew my mind. I really believe life just happens to me. I take as it comes. Whatever comes my way is what I deal with. I have no control on the matter. I don't have no say so in this thing. Life just be lifing. Oh no. Guys, listen. I tell y'all, your girl on social Security. Let me make this very clear. Your girl income, as of this video today, is Social Security. I get a first, third. Them two checks combined don't equal up to $1,000 combined. I promise you, I wake up every single day and write in my gratitude journal, and I am abundantly wealthy. I am healed, healthy, and successful every day, every day. All the excruciating pains that I've been in for the last couple months now. Seeing this rheumatologist, y'all. Your girl, I'm moving smooth. We identified the. You understand what I'm saying? That affirmation, realizing that I'm losing weight, that I'm choosing to eat healthier foods. I didn't do 360. I overate last night. I was so mad. Oh, you tripping? What are you doing? I woke up this morning, had my fruit and my banana. Do you understand me? Them affirmations. Listen, your girl smoke weed every day, every single day. I smoke weed every day. And because I believe in abundance, I'm going to continue to smoke weed every day. Do you think I have money to buy it every day? No. Because I told the universe, I told God, I said, period, this is mental health medication. I no longer want to be strapped and deal with these man-made drugs. I prefer to take the mental health medication that God made. That's just my opinion. So, I don't go a day without smoking. Period. Might get a day with a little low, but for sure, somehow, some way, he makes a way. Whatever you wish, that subconscious, it's the affirmations, it's the words that you create, the words that you say that makes the difference. We're going to talk about creating effective affirmations. It's a practice. It is. It's a practice learning how to create powerful affirmations that's tailored specifically to your goal. Listen, as I grow, I find that I'm ready to start adding more affirmations. So one of my affirmations is I am a motivated speaker. I am a mindset coach. That is who I am. When you find why you were brought on this earth, what is your, then you stand on it with the I am. See, this affirmation thing, that I am stands on it. That's how the world was created. I am God. I am who you are. Stand on your creation of why you were put here on this earth. Who are you? What is your I am? See, it's not just having this affirmation just to say I'm beautiful, I'm kind. That's good. You trying to manifest some real things in your life. If you really, truly trying to change from going from Social Security to unlimited income, you got to be serious about this affirmation. See, you got to craft that thing up right. See, scripting, come on, y'all. When you put words to paper, you're casting a spell. You're conjuring that spell and creating the world that belongs to you. See, the Christians say we get on our knees and pray. I have a daughter, but she doesn't make enough money for her to be able to get a place to live. I mean, she makes too little money to get any help, right? So my daughter calls me because she's been trying to take a shelter. She is ready to move out of her grandmom's house, and she's not really in a position to be able to afford to just go get a place. But she knows that if she does what she needs to do, that she can be able to get her low income housing. So my daughter, very much, she has a job. She works for Amazon, and she's a driver from Amazon. And she's also been going back and forth in school. So her ultimate goal is to be a pediatrician. And so difficult for her to do it living, with my mom and her and all in one roof under, it was just a lot. And so she's ready to go off and start her next chapter. But she was stuck with a dilemma. See, she paid a trip for her to go for her birthday. She wasn't going to get into the shelter. And the shelter called. And not only was she able to get it, but she also can come in and still be able to go on her trip. What's amazing about that is the fact that when she was a little girl, I had to go into a shelter. And I lived in the shelter for about 2 And it's completely different now than was then. You go into a shelter now, they turnover rate. But when I was talking to her to try to help prepare her, she said to me, Mom, I remember. And for me at that time, when it was me who was going, it was the worst time in my life. I don't know if they still play the game. But we was a little we used to play this game where you with papers and you pick the number and you pick this and open it up. And you either gonna be rich or you're gonna be homeless and shelter. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Well, I will never forget when I walked to the shelter. I remember playing with this girl and I opened it up and said, "You gonna grow up and live in this shelter." And walking into it was just the worst day of my life. But my daughter, because for me it was the worst, but I didn't portray it for them that way. So now when I'm talking to my daughter, I'm preparing her, she said, Mom, I already know, I remember, I get it. I'm going to have my own room. So this is like, wow, she is finding enjoyment, understanding that she's about to step into her next year, and I didn't even understand it. And what's even so great, it kind of piggybacks off what I said earlier and how your experience can help cushion someone else's experience because of what I already gone through the system. See, when I was going, she had no clue of what was happening. She couldn't say to me, this was going to happen. Prepare yourself for this, prepare yourself for that, because she ain't never been there. But see, I'm able to do that for my daughter. Listen, baby, if you want to be having showers, make sure you get your shower shoes for you and your grandson too. That boy don't never want to. You got to keep him on. I'm able to say this to her. I'm able to prepare her for the journey that she's about to go on because I already been here. I already been. Oh, my goodness. Back to affirmations. I told my daughter, now I need you to be some affirmations to claim in Section 8. When you want nobody's public assistance projects, no. We claim in Section 8. I need you to take the money that you've been saving and start buying, looking at the furniture that you want to purchase. Start buying little odds and ends stuff for your house. She thought she wasn't going to get in the shelter, so she just started saving money for her house. This money I'm saving and my taxes should be good. Now my baby girl can already have a car that she owned. Now she can get a car fixed up, make sure that's all tight and together and right. Furnish her house and have low income housing to be able to afford her rent so that she can be able to focus and go back to school because she want to go to school for phlebotomy so she can get in all her business. But I'm just so excited for her. I'm excited for her. I'm so excited for her. Twin sister, she's in a business of her own for crocheting. Listen, children, God has blessed me with 4. And because I changed my mindset and how I'm living and how I'm moving and how I feel in using affirmations into changing literally my life with words, I'm watching that thing trickle down to my children. Listen. Affirmation reprogram your mind, helps you discover discover how consistent affirmation practice can reshape your beliefs, your attitude, and even your behavior. Imagine a mindset of a person who tries to unalive themselves over 3 times. The first time I tried to do it, I woke up. I just had my daughters. I remember waking up and looking at them. It was my first day back to school. And my school that year just decided to start putting babies in the schools because of the teen pregnancy is epidemic. When I remember me, my sister, it's my god sisters. Now my sister under me, she don't have any kids, but my baby sister, she got teen with her oldest daughter. Like, it was just an epidemic of teen pregnancy. And so my school had decided to put a daycare school. And I remember waking up and looking at these babies like, what is this? All I wanted to go was to be with my dad. And he was no longer here. And I didn't even really get to digest that because I go and get pregnant with my daughters two to 3 months after my father passed away. So after dealing with the death of my father and getting pregnant with not 1, but 2 babies, it might have been different if it was just 1, but it was 2. I'm the oldest. My younger sister is 10. My baby sister is 5. With my mom is but so much she can do. And thank God for her. Oh, thank God for her. Because I wouldn't even be here today to tell her if it wasn't for my mother. But I remember looking at these little girls and saying, what the hell did I do to myself? I don't want to deal with this. They don't even deserve me. I can't do this. You know what? I'll go right in the bathroom, goes in the medicine cabinet, grabs my mother's medication, and takes a whole bottle. And then proceeds on to go and get my kids ready for school. I drop them off at school. I'll go somewhere, go to sleep, not wake up, somebody else come get them, and I can go be with my dad, and this thing is over. Like, nobody got time for this. Since I'm here, we know what happened, right? Reprogramming my mind, using the same words that tell me what I'm not to tell me what I am, allowed me clarity like no other. Not only did it give me clarity, but I started moving different. I started thinking different. And I started realizing that I don't really talk that negative talk to my way. It's not as much as it used to be. It's not as loud as it used to be. It's almost like a whisper. In fact, you remember when the good sound was a whisper and the bad sound was loud? Well, that thing turns to reverse, and now that bad sound becomes a whisper. Your mind, what you programmed it to do. Negative beliefs was programmed as a child in your environment as you grew up. If you was abused, if you was bullied, if you was beat, all these things that happened to you as a child programmed you. Your mind defense mechanism was to keep you in the safe zone. Whatever that safe zone created, that's what it did. When you start to take affirmation, when you start taking those same words that was spit to you to kill you, everything around to save you. So I was telling myself that I was wealthy, that I'm healthy, that I'm healed. Honey, it was when I was feeling broken and confused. But I had to say it anyway, over and over again. Affirmations help you help you overcome those limited beliefs. It helps challenge you to replace self-limited beliefs to empowering narratives to say to yourself, you know what? I am a queen. I was recently in a relationship. I don't know why I keep doing it myself with my Gemini, but I found myself craving. He would say to me every morning, "Good morning, beautiful." And even though a lot of his actions would make me question why he chose me, it made it difficult because this has been a thing for a long time. Ladies, you know what it feels like when you get your crush, like you feel, oh my God. You find out what the hell, be careful what you ask for, Lord Jesus. But see, I've been speaking so much life into myself that it gets to the point where it was like, hold up, homeboy. I ain't one of them. Who you think you talking to? I am a queen created in God's image. How dare you ever part your lips to speak in such a manner? You gotta go Victorian on them. You feel what I'm saying? That's what affirmations do to you. You don't allow a person come. It removes all of those things that made you feel like you was less than. Because see, when you walk around like you less than, when somebody else will come in and tell you you less than, you accept it because you say, I know. Even watching him and seeing that the limited belief is you driver's license because you prefer to drink. We don't want to do anything outside of Trenton, New Jersey. I want to see the world. It's the limited belief that you're not worth more than what you already doing and where you already at. You think you want more, but you ain't doing none of the work to really show the universe, to show God, to show yourself, your higher self. In my practice, we call it your Ori. What have you told your Ori of who you are? Did you tell your Ori that you're a peasant? Tell your Ori that you're an addict? Did you tell your Ori that you are broken, that you are conflicted, that you're less than? Because if that's what you're telling your subconscious, if that's what you're telling yourself, that is what it is. But if you're telling yourself that you are strong, I am powerful, I am beautiful, I am courageous, whether you say it to me, I know it in the know who I am. I know what it feels like for people to tell you nothing because I was told that at 6 years old. Thank God for my parents. But your parents is not the influence on your life. Manifest success in your life, you say it before it even shows up. See, that faith without, I gotta put some work in it. But you have faith in the knowing that you know that this thing right here belongs to me. My mother has a Habitat for Humanity house. She applied for it when my father passed. I was 15, is when my mother had Habitat for Humanity house. She moved into her Habitat for Humanity house when I was 21 years old. My mother was denied for Habitat for Humanity. Every single time she was denied, she said, no, God said it belongs to me and it's mine, so it's mine. The second time she was denied, she said, nope, God said it belonged to me, it was mine, so it's mine. The third time they told her no, she said no. Now, let me tell y'all something. A lot of people might take it for once. You might even take it twice. But 9 times out of that third time, you're going to do, all right, not mine. It's not mine. If you gonna tell me 3 times belong to me, then 3 times it's not mine. My mother said, I don't give a damn about your third time. And she don't cuss, so mommy forgive me. But she said, I don't give a damn about your third time. God said it's mine. So what she do? She goes right back and fill out another app. Now understand how it works. Because see, in between each one of the time, she kept doing what she want me to do. Okay, you want me to do that's not enough, then I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna keep doing it until guess what? My mother's still living her happy today. I'm gonna be 45 next month. Understand me? I will be 45 next month. My mother still lives in house today. I need y'all to understand that you choose. The words you say out your mouth will decide how your life is. So if you want to manifest some success, if you want to call on greatness, if you want to be the person that you know you were created to be, you want to find your purpose. It starts with you telling yourself, I am successful. I am wealthy, abundant. I create the universe that I want to live in. My future is I'm already a multimillionaire. I already bring $50,000 a month. Already, period. I am a motivational speaker. I am a mindset coach. I am a creator. I am an artist. Stand 10 toes down on who you are. Stop allowing other people to tell you who you are. How do we do it? How do we create these affirmations? One is identify your goals. I want you to take time to clearly identify your short-term goals and your long-term goals. It can be related to your career, your relationship, health, personal development, anything you choose to be, but you gotta make a choice. Start with one. Now listen, I'm telling you, you can't do everything. You can't do all at once. Take it from me. When I first started on my transformation journey, y'all listen, I wanted to do all the things. I needed to change everything right now. Well, it was very overwhelming. It was very stressful. Became a completely counteract everything. I wanted my way. That's not how. If you don't start though, you'll never change. But you gotta start. So you gotta identify the goals that you want. What is the first thing you need to change? Times. It starts with your mindset. But you got to know where you're going. Know where you're going. We want to craft personal affirmations. So once you have your goal in mind, you want to create affirmations that directly address them. Language. It's nothing. And listen, understand the positive language. Understand we say use positive language because mind does not, your subconscious does not understand. Don't. It doesn't feed that. It doesn't understand that it doesn't comprehend. So if you keep saying what you don't want, you're going to get exactly what you don't want. So what we're going to do is we're going to say, I am. Start it off with, I am. And whatever that statement is, I ain't a single co-client nowhere. First speaking engagement will be next week. Paid now. I coach people all day long. That's always what I've done. I've always had teenagers, young people all the time are coming to me for their advice. Coaching is what I do, is who I am. Now, do I have a paid client? My first speaking engagement will be in a couple weeks. I motivate and speak to people every day. Have I stand on a stage with a paid engagement, speaking gig yet? No. But sure enough, I will I am a motivational speaker. I am a mindset coach, and I will help you create the world that you need to be living by helping you change the way you think and how you use your mind. How I know I can do it? Because I did it to myself. Would you believe me if I told you I was addicted to cocaine? I don't do AA. Would you believe me if I told you that I used to be addicted to ecstasy? Would you believe me if I told you that I tried to self-harm myself over 30 times? That I've been in more than 25 mental hospitals in my lifespan? But since 2012, therapy, physical behavior therapy, and mind training, I have learned to reprogram my mind. And today, I know how to teach you how to do the same. Do you understand what I'm saying? Know this thing. You got to know it like you your first, middle, and last name. No matter what your bank account say. How you believe that thing with everything in your being so that now you understand what I'm saying? I started this. I knew that I wanted to do something different. I didn't know how it was going to happen, but I knew I wouldn't figure it out if I didn't get started. You want to first my podcast, go on Facebook and go and follow me on Becoming a Butterfly on Facebook. And you can scroll right on down and see some of the very podcast episodes that I did. And I started it out of a need, out of me realizing that the work that I did of reprogramming my mind was working. So make sure you take time to personalize those affirmations using positive language, statements as if you have already achieved your goal. You can even use things like saying, I am confident and capable in every situation. Can you feel it? Confident and capable in every situation. I know who I am and I stand 10 toes down. I promise you, y'all. A year ago, there's no way. 2 years ago, myself grace. 2 years ago, there's no way that I'd have been able to sit here confidently doing this podcast consistently. I wouldn't have been able to be consistent because I didn't have the mindset to do it. Start learning these skills of changing your mindset. It'll start applying whether you want it or not. Dialectical behavior therapy was introduced to my life in 2013. I didn't see the secret in 2019. To correlate the two, to understand it was the universe's way of opening a pathway to get me to understand the direction that I needed to understand the importance of grounding yourself and then being able to later on connect power of meditation. Y'all, that's a whole other podcast. You crafted your personal affirmation. Then we go to step 3, establish a daily practice. This is one of the reasons why I decided to create affirmation bracelets, because you want to make this thing a part of your habit every single day. And I know in the beginning, sometimes it's hard to remember to establish these things in your life. It didn't happen overnight for me. You're having an affirmation bracelet, something to you, even if it's something that triggers you to remember something else. Now, me personally, I'm not going to make affirmation bracelets for every affirmation you have. But if you look down at your affirmation bracelet and it says, I am successful, it will trigger you to think of all your other affirmations that you have created for yourself. And I always say, pick 3 that's most specific what you need right now, because I know first you can get overwhelmed with affirmations. I did. I had to pick 3 that was going to work for me for this season. And when I accomplish them 3, then I can add. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, mindset coach and motivational speaker, those just came recently. I had got a real clarity on exactly what my intentions truly is for this podcast. How I'm direction am I really going to go? Because it's not just about my business. This is not a hobby. It's a business. And I'm showing up here every week giving you my knowledge to build my business. But when I first started, I just wanted to give information. I wanted to give healing. So now this is where I'm at. But just by looking at down on, just looking at it will say, I am successful. I am abundant. I am wealthy. Set aside time each day to practice it every day. You heard me say earlier, I write down 3 times a day. I went on YouTube. I went on Amazon and I ordered me an affirmation. And my first journal on Amazon was called a 3-minute journal. The best thing I ever See, I'm not a journal girl. I tried, y'all. I've tried so many times. I've tried. It's not me. My human design does not allow me to do it. I don't have the energy for it. And we will talk about human design too. We will definitely talk about human design. I season of my podcast, we're going to focus on how to find your purpose. After we change your mindset, after we work on setting, resetting your mindset, now we got to be able to focus on truly finding your purpose, right? And this way is definitely ways of doing it. So you're not wandering around aimlessly trying to figure out why you're here and what's your point and what's your purpose. This actually gave us a map. And it's so a shame because this is a detour real quick, but how can I say this? Growing up Christian, growing up with my mother's being saved, if I was told, like, we weren't allowed to believe in astrology, we weren't allowed to believe in our signs, and have any understand any connection, that thing didn't make sense, right? And I never forget I met this little girl in middle school, and she said, "What's your sign?" I said, "I don't know." She said, "What's your birthday?" I said, "Well, it's June the 12th." She said, "Gemini." "Oh, I can't be your friend. You're too late." And I went home and I was like, "What is a Gemini? Why is it two-faced that?" And so, it's like, "Oh, it's nothing." Older. And I started moving away from the structures of the church. Started learning me in my own terms. Y'all, when I started understanding my sign, learning about my birth chart, human design, game changer. No longer wandering around aimlessly trying to figure out what the hell is wrong with me. Why I can't work a 9 to 5? Why do I always feel like I'm lazy? Why do I have the same amount of energy as everybody else? Yeah, I learned all that. So I ain't gonna get all into it. I ain't even gonna get into it until the next season. Okay. I'm just saying, y'all, this is real. It really is. So you want to practice by on basis. If you can't get the 3-minute journal on Amazon, which is not expensive, I think it was about $6, get you just a regular comprehension notebook and write down every day 3 things you are grateful for, 3 affirmations, and 3 goals you want to make that day. Period. I get it. I am not a journal girl to be sitting here and writing my journal every day of just retracking everything that happened today. Journal prompts. That's just something to think about, to write about. If this is about me just off the top of my head, I done thought and did about a billion things. I've been a Gemini, that twin, women have 2 brains. I got 4. Thinking overthinking. I don't even know what I was doing. But when you giving me a journal prompt, something like thing that you wanted to change today, oh, I might can think about that. What's the one thing you did that you are really proud of yourself for doing? Oh, yeah. There's anything I tell you for me that I would do if I had a black and white notebook, I would at the top or write 3 things I'm grateful for before I say any. Cause see, that gratitude, let me tell you, that gratitude is the access key. You can't just ask in the universe for all this stuff, but not be grateful for what you already have. I want this, that, and the third, but you can't take the time to say, by the way, I just want to thank you for my life. I want to thank you. I wanted to get out of the bed and move around. Thank you. Because see, 2 weeks, I couldn't do that. So I just want to say thank you. Before I get into my wish list, let me say thank you for loving me more than I even knew I can love me. Let me say thank you. After you put things that you are grateful, then pick 3 powerful affirmations that's to your goal and your destination, and speak it in the present tense as if you already have it. It already belongs to you. You already is, right? Under that, you write 3 things, 3 goals that you need to reach that day. Me personally, I make it 1 that's business, 1 that's personal, and 1 that might have something to do with my household. Maybe a room or something that needs to be cleaned that day, but something that pertains on me doing something that I need to do, that I'm necessarily, probably, more than likely, don't want to do it. For you on the other side, or for your evening, I would just things that you're grateful for again if you choose to. But I would personally more focus on writing down 1 thing you did that you're really proud of yourself about, and 1 thing you need to work on. Because we all can stand in our ego and think you perfect, and you ain't. Okay? You know it. So be real, be honest, and say, work on my attitude. I might work on my mood. Listen, I'm snappy. I'm really because my mind words come and I even thought about it. And I've been to hurt your feelings before I even realized I said that to hurt your feelings. And what's even bad is I have a tendency can do that to my children. So I find myself having to be like, my bad, I apologize. I shouldn't have said that. More I practice on saying to remove the say more positive things and acknowledge that that's a problem. I will write it down. Yeah, I said such as my son shouldn't have said that. I need to work on it. You might be a thought. You might have found yourself going down the rabbit hole of the negative thought. I found myself negatively thinking about this particular situation. I know I keep doing that. That's not how things going to work out. I got to stop. Understand what I'm saying? House, right? And still rely on my son going to cut both my sons. My rent is it's not nothing to do with me paying my rent every month on time. Decide that they don't want to do college anymore, is I can lose my house, I can lose my home. It's so much attached to it. Right? Now I want to stand on the fact that I'm going to buy and pay. I'm going to pay for I'm going to buy home. How it's going to happen, I don't know, but I know that I'm going to live in this because I want to live in it, and ain't nobody going to put me out of it. And it's not going to be contingent on whether my son complete school or not. I have to stand on it. With conviction. Now, listen, I'm talking about feeling this thing, y'all. Do you understand me? I want you to feel this thing from the tip of your toes. If it's tangible, I want you to be able to touch it. Do you understand me? I want you to lean truck as a Cadillac Escalade. Feel me sitting on that. Listen, them leather chairs feel my booty. Just sinking right into the chair. Just like, you're not getting on. You got to feel this thing. You got to breathe it. I see my bank account. I see 3.5 million sitting in my account, just chilling. I see it. Listen, I see me speaking on stages, speaking to thousands of people, of just listening to my journey and what I've gone through in my life. I see this thing as sure as my name is Christine. See, that's how you got to feel it. It almost got to bring tears to your eyes. Like that, knowing that breakthrough is right there. Because I am wealthy, I am abundant, I am successful in everything that I do. You know this thing like you know about it. Happy, joy. Let me tell you something. Positivity will eliminate any negativity in your life, period. Remember when I had an ex and he was saying some of the most horrible things to me, and I jumped up and looked at him dead to his face. Greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. No weapon shall form against me prosper. You will never break me down. And I literally watched this big man, this way one day tall. I literally watched this tall man just shrink, like I'm watching shrink. His energy, everything, it just shrunk. I said it was such a, because I was sick and tired of him breaking me down. I had my hair falling out in chunks. I was sick of it. And all I can remember was these words my mother had said to me that I cannot go in the Bible and find them scriptures. I promise you I can't. My mother said quote them scriptures to me my whole life. I can't even think of another time I pulled it out like I had a gun and shooting bang, bang. That day, the of not only saying these words, but having the conviction behind it, that emotion, that true, I promise you, buddy, that visualizing step 5, visualizing success. Now listen, don't you even, not only are you going to visualize this thing and feel it, but you going to realize that you have mastered it. Like this, as you recite your affirmations, take a moment to visualize just achieving your goal. You did it. You at the finish line. You won, honey. Imagine how it feels, what it looks like. How is your life different? How has this been? What's going on right now? Like, what are you doing? You driving your dream truck? You laid out on the beach? Huh? My important paid for it. I done remodeled it. It's redone. Okay. My is dope. Listen, I ain't even buy this house for me to stay in. That kind of limited mindset. Trenton forever? No, boo. I bought this house for real estate. My kids always have a house that they need if they need be. No, not that, but I can rent this baby out. Huh? Passive income. Yeah, it's I do. You always want to own some property. Do I live in Trent forever? No. But do I own this house that I raised my kids in? Absolutely. I deserve it. And it's mine. Belong to me. I own it. Thank you. This is like the impact of your affirmations. It makes it stronger when you decide to take the time to visualize, to truly, you put vision to the words. See, now you just told God exactly what you want and exactly how you want it. You gave a clear picture to the universe. All you got to do is take action. And all you got to do, whatever the download is, whatever God is telling you to do, whatever that feeling, whatever that thought. When I started creating them affirmation bracelets, the reason why I put and saw it right now, I literally just started making them and taking them. Like my was upstairs and downstairs. When I started recording this, it didn't even dawn on me like on affirmations. And what are you doing? Affirmation bracelets. Listen, it works by you giving it a vision. You know that it works because you're giving it a vision. You already see it. You already know it. You can taste it. You can feel it. It belongs to you. It's already there. It's already yours. Understand this. If it wasn't meant for you, you wouldn't have the knowing. You know it because it belongs to you. Okay? Got a pretty long one on the day, guys. And guess what? I'm good with it. I'm with it, okay? And I record another episode, but I might end up doing it like probably late night. I don't see me doing it. Girl, need to take a break. I'm gonna go eat some lunch. But I listen, this was a good one. This was definitely a good one. Now, before I love to hear from you. What is one of your goals? I need to know what's one of your affirmations. How do you plan to incorporate this affirmation into your path, into your success? Like what you need to know? You got it, okay? I write that down. Put your affirmation in the comments, okay? All right. And who knows? You might get an affirmation bracelet from me. Okay, who might reach out to you? I might like that affirmation. I might reach out to you and say, you know what? I want to send you something special. Huh? So I need to see that in the comments. Guys, please remember that your girl will be going live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. We talking about the real, just keeping it 100. Like I want to help you help me, right? I'm showing up as the mindset coach, but I understand that just because I know a lot don't mean I can't learn more. You understand me? So conversation, if healing or you want to help me heal, let's talk about it, okay? Or heal others. Let's talk about it. Like, share, comment. Please make sure you can reach out to me on social media. You can find me on Becoming a Butterfly _podcast on Instagram and Becoming a Butterfly pod on Facebook. Yes, I am still on Facebook. I am a Facebook girl. I love Facebook. Okay. Nothing about me saying I do. I love Facebook. I'm too old for Instagram. Even though I know I got to do business, right? I'm still on Instagram, but I got a thing for Facebook. If you like to write, you need some advice. You want to get you advice on how to reset, reprogram mind. You go do something particular and you just need some help in it. Please, I write to Becoming a Butterfly podcast at gmail.com. The girl will be changing soon. We going the platform real established. I'm coming from Miss Donnie Wiggins. I promise you. Actionable CEO. I am on my way. Love you all so very much. Thank you again for joining me. And I will see you next time at Butterfly Podcast, Becoming a Butterfly Podcast, the place where it's never too late to become your better self. And remember my favorite quote: everything in life is happening. It's not happening to you, but it's happening for you. It's happening for your greatness. So just hold on. I promise you, everything is happening for a reason. I love you, and you guys have a beautiful day. All right, guys. My butterfly, I'm gonna go twice as high. Come on.